Sometimes our like brains are our own worst enemies in the midst of while we're streaming. Do you turn your viewer count off out of curiosity, or do you keep it up?
On OBS it's off, but I use my iPad to actually like view myself. So it's there.
Do you find yourself keeping an eye on it out of like habit?
I only think about it like when I raid. Actually, like as I said earlier, as long as there are people talking, there are people chatting, then I feel comfortable. I feel like, yeah, even if it's just one person, even if it's just this one person who always comes in, but as long as that one person still wants to consume my content, still excited for what I'm doing, then I say that's a good day. But when I start raiding, then that's when my mind starts playing like, oh, this person that I want to raid has like this amount of viewers, and I have this amount of viewers. Like, I'm not gonna raid Pokemon. Like,
maybe one day.
It's never gonna happen. Maybe one day, but it's like right now, as it is, I take that into consideration. And then when I see the numbers are lower when I raid, in my mind it's like, yeah, I shouldn't raid, I should just like say bye and that's it. But then especially if I'm raiding someone that I know, and I'm like, but these, like, let's say this one person, he doesn't or she doesn't know this other streamer. What if I raid this person, the streamer, and they'll have the time of their life, they will. And it's actually happened, Zeph. Someone raided my channel. I forgot what I was playing. I think it was still either Persona or we already started doing Hades. But yeah, someone raided my stream, and then one of the viewers there, Ryan, he loved being in my stream, and I'm so thankful for that. And then I raided Zach, and that was when Zach was doing his 24 or 27 hours, his really long stream, and that person stayed in Zach's stream for majority of the time. And
I know who you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah, it warms my heart to hear that. And then I think the next few times that Zach streamed, I saw he was still there, and I was like, oh my god. Like, it doesn't matter whether that person, like, is not in my stream, or he is or is not coming to my streams anymore. I don't really care, as long as I was sort of like facilitating him liking Zach's stream. It warms my heart, really. I love it. That was like the most recent, like, best experience I had for like Twitch content. It's amazing.
I think you should always raid, in my opinion, unless you're like feeling down or feeling like under the weather and just like I don't know, because I was feeling this a couple days ago where I ended the stream and I just was not really I had like a lot of backseating and a lot of stuff was going on, that just like the end of the stream, it was just like, I feel like I'm just gonna end the stream early, we're just gonna like raid out, and even though we've only been live for like 2.5 hours, I just want to kind of end the streaming and get out of here. But I think even if you have like 10 people and you're raiding into somebody else, or however many you have, even if you have one person, even if it's just yourself, I personally believe you should always raid if you got like the energy to go ahead and do it, because every single raid, I know it might sound cliche to say, but every single raid really does matter. Even if it's one person raiding in, you throw a party for them, or if it's 10 people or 100 people or whatever the raid is, like every single person, that's them saying, this is how many people I got with my community I'm bringing over, and I'm trusting you to have a great time here and to accept them and to just, have a party with them and send good vibes. And I think it's always a good idea to raid, as long as you have that energy and that like mental kind of goodness to do so, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. And even if, for me, even if I don't have that energy, I would usually just raid a friend, and then I'm just hoping that they understand, like, hey, I'm actually like, it's past midnight, it's like 2 a.m, I'm kind of tired, so I'm just gonna raid and go, but I love you.
Right. And I think even stuff
And
like
just
that.
hoping that they understand.
Right. And I feel like if it's one thing to raid and just bail immediately on like a brand new person you've never raided before, because then they'd be like, they just raided me and then immediately left. That's a weird vibe kind of thing. But if you raid like, you know, August or Arif or like myself or anything, and you're just like, had a long stream, super late, gonna head to bed, totally get it 100%. Especially when you raid somebody, like if you're in Asia and you raid somebody in North America and it's like 2 a.m. in the morning for you, like obviously don't expect you to stay around too long, because you definitely got to get to bed. But yeah, I think it's always a good idea if you can to raid out. Just because it's also, like you said, a great way to introduce communities to each other. Maybe all of a sudden person from X stream becomes great friends with Y stream, maybe get rated back in the future, maybe just communities like cross into each other. That's probably been one of my favorite aspects of Twitch, is when you go into somebody's stream that you're maybe not familiar with, and then you start seeing names pop up in chat that you are familiar with, and you're like, oh, like I'm seeing Caerien here and August here, and maybe I should follow them. And I'm assuming if they're here, they're going to be awesome people, like almost a stamp of approval without it, you know, saying it's a stamp of approval, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And when you mentioned that, it's like, I remember vividly, you shouted out Agustin, and that's how I met him. And like, now look at us, we're like
we're
best
great friends.
And it's definitely like, whenever like someone raids and you like the vibes from them, we would definitely just like give them a chance, give them a follow, try not just give them a follow, but also go and watch the content as well, because that's when you know you vibe with them or not. And it's such an amazing experience. This is what I really, really do like Twitch for. And it's hard to get something like this other than, like, I don't know, maybe just playing an MMO, because you might get that like if you suddenly like go in a random party and then you somehow vibe with someone else. But yeah, that's just like true keyboard, true very limited source. Whereas like streaming is like you see this person, if they don't have a camera, then you hear this person at least, right? So yeah, I honestly, I really do like it.
My friend Super Murgatroyd, I think, says the best. He says, turn those follows into friendships. So
exactly, I would agree.